Yo, people, welcome, welcome back. Now the crew is all here, and today is the day we talk about the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, or as Hypage says, Trilology Remaster.
Ready?
All right, so how you guys doing? First of all, everybody all right? Everybody good?
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Who good, like, eh?
All right, good. I've got two questions here, and the first one is, well, after I ask the two questions, feel free to chime in, jump in, ask anything that you guys want to ask. But the first question I have here is from me, and the second one is from Mr. LJ. So first question goes like this: what is your favorite GTA game from the trilogy, and why? So on my screen, I've got Hypage first, so I'll go to Hypage first.
Raw, that pressure there, raw. That's all mad.
If you remember
that
them, though.
specific trilogy.
That specific one, yeah. Because that's the only thing. They're not putting GTA 4 in there, I think.
So I can't bring up my Vice people then.
Yeah, you can. Vice is fine.
Vice is in there, isn't it?
Vice is in there, yeah. It's 3 Vice City and San Andreas.
I don't even know what games are in there, bro.
This is what I'm saying. It's all mad. It's loose in the dungeon. No, I'm playing this Vice City though.
Vice
I was
City.
saying it to them earlier. To be fair,
Yeah. Okay, well, why is it Vice City, though?
for me, it was just that was more like it mixed the streets with the party life and the colors. How it came in, it was kind of, it made me feel like, bro, I'm in a casino. This is like probably man's gonna hit a strip club and then they're gonna go out and do road, and it was just nice. And I think that was one of the ones I would say a lot of people linked up on when you started to get the later consoles or things like that. All before it was normally, everyone's gonna go around to your brethren's house and play, input the codes and L1 left, right, up, right, all of that stuff. But Vice City, I would say that's when you start to actually notice it and play you're going into your adult teenager years, I would say. For me, anyway.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, thank you, sir. Next on my screen, I've got Mr. LJ. No way.
Man,
No way.
Man, first.
You know what I mean? Man mentioned the strip club, then man look at him.
Should I just come off the video? Yeah.
No, man, it's okay. Go ahead. We can hear you now.
All right. Well, so I ain't played any of the trilogy.
What?
Yeah, man. I haven't played the trilogy once.
You're lying, right? Are you joking?
Nah, so
You
no,
sent him an invite link.
I don't know.
You got the wrong address.
I've never played any of the GTA
You know why?
trilogy
He
games.
ain't played none of them, because as you can see, he's in the 80s right now, fam.
No, true.
There you
So
go.
they ain't come out yet.
Yeah, true.
Not yet. Yeah, man.
All right, fair enough.
It looks like you're gonna start singing that Michael Jackson song, you know.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
All right, fair enough. We'll leave Mr. LJ for now. Okay, sorry. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
because he has a question as well. I just want the cheek of him having a question.
That was his question, isn't it?
No, the second one's his. I'll ask it soon. But yeah, he did have a question actually. Yeah, that's a good point. Why do you have a question?
Oh, because I'm curious on the reasons why. Well, I want to. So after this question that we ask, I feel like there should be a question where are we gonna get it day one?
Definitely.
And then there will be the follow-on question. Why
What
not?
was the?
Okay. All right, fair enough. Fair
I'm
enough.
not going to branch into other questions yet. Then.
I'm starting to get Sorry.
Okay. I'm leaving all of this in, by the way. All right, next we have Mr. Bubbly, Mr. JJ.
Bro, that's a new one, man. The COVID and when, yeah, I respect it.
So, Mr. Bubbly, tell us, which was your favorite GTA in the trilogy? So, 3 Vice City or San Andreas, and why?
You know what's funny? I'm kind of the same as OJ, but I played them.
Yeah.
So I've played them like on my brother's console. I've actually never completed any of them, so I have
That's
no
fair.
idea how they end.
That's
So
fair.
I'll probably actually get this trilogy because I know the story. I actually don't know the story on San Andreas, but I did actually play Vice City a lot on my iPad when it came out.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember you playing that, yeah. Yeah,
So,
surprisingly. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so it actually worked very smoothly on an iPad 3 back in like 2012 or 13, I think it was.
It
So
does. It works nice.
and it was
That
working
must have been a
nicely.
mad
Now it
game.
don't, now it can barely run. But I have to say, but I would say the one that gave me the most memories was GTA 3 actually, because that was the first game I played on PlayStation 1 with my cousins, and I remember playing that late at night, and I just kept going on the train to Portland. I don't know why,
GTA 3
but
was PS2, by the way.
was it PS2?
Yeah,
Was
I
it
think
PS2?
it was PS2. Yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah. Wait, see, I can't even remember it. That
both
felt
both
like it was
Jordans,
years
man. Both
ago.
Jordans.
Oh, this is sad.
But yeah, but you know what's funny? I don't know any of the story. So for me to actually play these games because I like story, I think I'll be more inclined to see what GTA 3 is about because I feel like that one, the most one that's been slept on.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair play. All right, thank you, sir. And last, well, not last, Mr. Ramo, please, sir. Which one?
San
And why?
Andreas.
Yeah. Why? That was a very quick
It's
answer.
just the most relatable, like obviously without the cliche, like obviously it's a black character in it. Firstly, it's for me it's just the most memorable, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Ah shit. Here we go. You get me? So
Yeah.
it's just the most memorable for me. And to be honest, like I said, I know I've played the other two, but I just don't really remember them. I was obviously quite young when they came out. So but San Andreas I remember. I remember almost everything about that game. Grove Street, Ballers, you know what I mean? So
Same.
yeah,
same.
man, that's my favorite still.
All right, cool. All right, mine is the same actually. San Andreas was just epic in every single way, and to this day, I think it's still the best one. Even with the updated graphics of GTA 5, San Andreas' story, CJ was so interesting, and he could do so much. That's what made it so interesting for me because he could go to the gym, boat school, car school, gun school, flight school, and just learn all these skills and level up. Whereas these other guys in GTA 5, they're interesting each in their own way, but I think CJ was just by far the best character. And yeah. So that's my answer for that one. All right, thank you guys. Let me ask the second question. This was from LJ. And LJ says, from wanting a remaster for such a long time, now that it's coming out, is it a day one pickup?
Who
let-
wanted the remaster for such a long time though?
Well, I think just people in general, right? Is that what you meant,
I
LJ?
think I remember we were saying before, a lot of us were saying they need to just update San Andreas with the engine of GTA 5. I remember
That was
someone
me.
said this.
That was definitely
Yeah,
me.
Ronald said that. So I mean, Ronald obviously was pitching for it, but I personally don't think this is a day one pickup because I feel like it's an old game that's been remastered and polished to look good. Nothing's changed unless they decided to add DLC or something. So I think it's better to wait until this game comes out. Sorry, until the game drops down to like £20 at least or £30. I wouldn't pay £50 for an old game, and I don't think any remaster should come out as a price of a brand new game.
Fair point. I have a caveat to that though. It's 3 separate games though. Remember,
I saw
it's each of those games easily 30 hours plus per game. Each of those games story, it's all story. There's no online anything for any of them. I think I won't get it for 55. Don't get me wrong, but is it worth it? I think for quite a few people it could be. Huh?
You definitely get it.
Nah, not for 55. As much as I love GTA, not for 55. Honestly, what I would pay 55. Well, let me.
I
leave
honestly
that till
thought
last.
you would actually because it's
Not for
GTA.
55. Not for
Because
55.
I'm not gonna lie, it would make sense if you did, and
It would, but
Because you get 3 games, not just one. You get 3 games.
I just told you that.
So it's like
But,
it's £20. It's like almost like less than.
It's £20 per game. Yeah, slightly under. It's worth it, but I won't get it because it's not worth it to me. But I think for the general public, getting 3 games you haven't played and they're all classics. Every single one of them is an actual classic. That's going to take you hours and hours to complete.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the developers. I mean, they look like they. I don't know what you guys think of the graphics, but it looks like they put a lot of work to restore it. I mean, obviously they haven't brought it up to necessarily to today's standards. They've stuck with the cartoon style, which I think. I mean, I've seen backlash for that, but I also think they might have got backlash if they didn't stick with that because you got a lot of purists in it. So, but they've obviously put a lot of work into restoring the game, like you said, restoring all 3 games. Sorry, and like you said, it's 3 games that have so much content across all of them. I mean, I personally wouldn't buy it for that price neither, but I kind of do get why it is priced at that.
Yeah.
Can't really get mad at that. You know what I mean?
I personally feel like they're pricing it like that because of the nostalgia of GTA.
Maybe so, yeah. Because they know that people will probably purchase it. Because personally, I would have assumed that it would have been at least £40 to begin with. And, you know, as time goes on, sell, maybe drop down to 25 and then 20 and then et cetera. But the reason why I kind of directed it as, is it a day one purchase? And just to like people who are like, you know, big GTA heads, you know, in the group, it's because, for instance, my like all-time favorite game. Okay, so aim directed at Mr. King Boss himself. But the only reason why I said that is because my favorite game is Jet Set Radio Future, and I know for sure that if they ever made a remaster at that type of price, hands down, I'm picking it up. And that's only one game, not even 3. And it's not the fact that, oh, I have money and I'm going to splash it out. It's just because it's a highly anticipated game that I've always wanted to play from such a young age. It brings back to my childhood. I enjoy it so much. And that's the reason why I would be willing to spend that money, no matter, like, you know, that cost of being £55.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know, I'd also just to add as well is, I feel like personally, if it wasn't 3 games and they remastered one, for me anyway, for that sort of game, I'm more likely to want to pay more because it's like they focused on this and they didn't just try and stretch or throw it in as an added bonus to boost the price. I mean, for the 3 games, more, I still wouldn't. What I would think makes sense is £30, £10 each a game, if that's the case. Because I don't really think I can't see someone sitting there and playing them all 3 back to back. And whereas me personally, I'm one of like what Ray was saying about you have the purists, and it's not so much a purist in my case, but it's more from the trailer. Some scenes of the graphics were good, but some was pointless. Like if they should have showed other things. The scenes that they showed with the graphic change was poor, and the other ones were good. So to me, it's like if you're putting this in, you're trying to hide something else, or that's the best you've got to offer. If that's the case. Like if you're gonna make graphics one of the main things you're putting out, you've got to really wow me or show something, show it in action, not a still shot, because that's what most of it was. Like even running, it would have made a difference. So now it's just like you're trying to cover up. When realistically, they're just trying to ride the wave and get more money. Like, I still would get if everyone got it, but it wouldn't be the same as before.
No, we're living in the age of remasters and remakes right now.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I think as well?
You can see that with all the games that are being remade and remastered. Like you said, like everyone else has said, it's just like they are definitely capitalizing on nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm personally not too mad at the price point. I understand why.
Yeah, I guess.
I do think that we have to really do take into perspective how much goes into making games, even if it's not from scratch. You know what I mean? But we just have to take that into account. We're just living in that day and age, and there's a lot. Look at what Nintendo are doing, bro.
What are they
doing? A lot of their remasters are coming out at full price as well for one game.
Yeah,
like Skyward Sword the other day.
They can, though. They can't.
Nah, they can't, bro.
No, Rockstar can, yo.
You know
Rockstar
what?
can do whatever.
I'm actually with LJ on the point of it all depends. What my thing is, majority rule, like how many goes with. For example, with these Jet Set Radio, there's certain games that I know a lot of people don't even know exist because they're new gamers, we would call them, or stuff like that. And I would pay full whack if they redone it. Off the top of the head, I'll just throw out Assure as rap. If that was redone,
when you say redone though, you talking about remade from scratch or just remastered?
So for that particular game I just said, both ways I would actually pay for it. So it just being updated to the current graphics or it being redone little additions on and made, but it has to be made playable. You're not sending me the same exact game.
Yeah,
Well,
because there's a big difference between a remake and a remaster. We see what they've done with Demon Souls. Demon Souls is a full-fledged, ground-up remake. It's the same game, but graphically and
control-wise and
see that they've
audio immersion.
Exactly. You can see they've remade the game from scratch. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what?
But the reason why, sorry, just to respond to it, the reason why I was saying it with certain games, so why I can understand or why I'm saying that point, because for example, if I have a PS1 game, just to throw out there, it's not going to play on the PS5, and if I have an Xbox 360, it's not going to, and I'm talking this version or things like that. So if they brought a game forward and they've made it able to play on it, and it's one I really enjoy and don't mind playing again, the story in that. I played Onimushi again the other day, and that is not what I remember it. The guy looked like an idiot. I couldn't believe I liked this, but it brought back memories. So it's just,
I'm thinking though, obviously my favorite game all time, Ocarina of Time. I mean, we can see the backlash online from what Nintendo have just done, where they've released it on the online, and it's a terrible emulation. But I'm trying to think whether if they release that as a remake, not a remake, sorry, a remaster, which they have done in the past, if I'd pay full price, and I don't think I would, to be honest. In all honesty, regardless of it being my favorite game, I'll probably still just wait for a price drop. But that's just me. Remake, on the other hand, 100%.
So, you being a big GTA fan, is there a price limit? One, are you looking to get the
trilogy? Yeah. Trilology.
Fam, are you alright, fam?
I'm not still.
Oh, serious?
We'll get through this.
Go get some Evian or something, cuz.
You know, that's far away. You know, and look,
wait, that's more important, bro. Go get some liquid.
We're good, man. We're good. I've got my pump somewhere. But are you getting the game? Are you looking to get the game? And is there a limit to a price you would pay? Or
all right. Yes, I'm looking to get the Trilology. Not on day one. I won't pay £55 for it. There would not have been a limit. Listen, if they give me what I want personally is a remake, not a remaster. From the ground up, as Ray said, GTA 5 Rage Engine. If they give me a remake for each of those games in that, they'll get my £55 for each game, day one. But that's me. Especially San Andreas.
Individually.
No, San Andreas.
Listen, you don't forget, you got San Andreas on Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that. So it comes out on Game Pass on the day of release. So I actually get it on Game. So I spend whatever I spend for Game Pass and I get it. And for PS Now, you get GTA 3 next month, so November.
Don't forget the engine where they bring it up. So they say to...
Oh yeah, so the engine they're using
is growing on me, bruv.
It's growing on you now, isn't it? See? Yeah. It's finally adding some decent stuff now. And like this is one of them.
You know what sold it for me is... sorry, I don't want to go off topic.
No, go ahead.
Now, what sold it for me is Hades.
Oh, Hades.
Oh, is it Hades? I thought you were going to say something else.
No, Hades sold it for me still. Great.
Hades was good. I just... You guys know me. Yeah. It's not for me. But yeah, I do want to get the Trilology, definitely. I think it's a worthwhile buy, but for me, as I said, not for £60 yet. I'm going to wait. Maybe £30 I'll get it, because again, it's 3 games. It's a no-brainer for me at £30.
Why is he laughing? What's wrong with this guy? He's laughing at JJ jumping in the air in his profile picture. What type is laughing? You know how bad
JJ, are you there?
Yeah, you can laugh. That picture made me $3,000. So I'm proud of that.
Why is your camera off, yo? Is everything okay?
No, because you lot jumped off.
No.
What?
No, we didn't.
Don't try it. I saw every single man.
Yo, I'm recording my screen right now.
On my kids, bro. No one jumped off.
No one jumped off, yo.
You know what? I wish I took a picture of that. Every single one.
You're gonna see the recording. I can send you the recording.
That's just your connection. It's not nothing.
Yeah, it's not us. It's your connection.
That's why I was confused and then started talking about $3,000. Like, it was more because you just switched off and we just see that. I'm confused. Like, you might as well buy us all GTA.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But have I answered the question? I think I have answered it, right? Have I answered it? Hypes.
Yeah, you said you got money and you will buy them.
Okay, fair enough. No, but San Andreas on its own is the game I want. Remade, not remastered. GT. Can you imagine the scope of San Andreas? What's wrong?
Yo.
Don't worry, it's alright.
Oh, I know what it was. It was.
Is that? Okay.
No, okay. I don't know what was going on.
No, okay, Ron, another question, and the reason why people I'm finding mainly at him is because he is a GTA fanatic. Like, he's pro Rockstar.
Your favorite game
It's in his
ever?
veins, right?
Definitely
there.
not my favorite game ever, no.
Pro Rockstar. Man can't go through the day without him mentioning it. But, alright, would you rather a remade GTA or them to get on with life and bring out the next part?
That's a good question, you know.
The six.
Good question. Honestly, right now, it's gonna sound weird. I would prefer a remade because that kind of locks it in with up-to-date graphics, up-to-date controls, up-to-date everything, and we can move forward, always having it at a good standard. Whereas I think the standard it is now, going back and playing it with the hands like this, you know, no individual fingers. That's one of the things that really was a big thing back then. I would want a remake because we know 6 is gonna. If 6 takes 4 more years to come out, they have so much content for 5. It will keep making money. It's still making money. Yeah, remake all the way.
What about the rest of you? No, go on. I was just asking the same thing to the rest, but go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, do you reckon the cheat codes would work with this remastered version?
They should do.
Yep.
It should do. That's a part of the memory.
They wouldn't change it. Yeah. I mean, you can still do cheat codes in GTA 5.
Yeah.
So,
If they're doing it off nostalgia, then they're gonna have to.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because I remember they went out of their way to try and stop that in GTA 4. Trying to stop them from putting cheats in the game.
It's just that they stopped it for achievements. So if you put the cheat codes in, you don't get certain achievements. But it was still there, so you could have unlimited health, unlimited this, unlimited that. But you just wouldn't get the achievement until you went back to your like your previous save or the save you're playing now. That's all I think it was.
The next question I was gonna ask: would any of you play it this time without the cheats and try and complete it without?
I never played it.
To be fair, man, yeah, majority of the time I did. The only time, well, me personally, when I was using codes and stuff was when we was trying to get the police, up to the 5-star and just doing silliness running around. For me, anyway.
Yeah. I think San Andreas was the one I played unlimited ammo or something like that with. But back then, there was no achievement lock-in, so it was okay, I guess. And unlimited ammo was the thing I wanted because
all the guns and
exactly,
all of that. Yeah,
exactly.
Just spray up the peasants on the street.
Because I remember playing San Andreas on the Xbox when I had it 360, and I never got to complete it. I kept dying on the train. You know, the one where he's chasing the train on the back of the BMX.
Really?
Yeah.
Loads of people complain about that mission. It's a bike with him and Big Smoke.
Shoot the guy off the train.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't get through the game. I literally stopped at that particular part in the game and never went.
It was a tricky mission, the first couple of times, but I think it went fine after that. For me, anyway.
Nah, I mean probably, but that's what I'm saying. But that was a really hard mission for them to put as the 4th mission or 5th mission of the game. And on top of that, the game is actually quite hard when you're just being shot at, and it's not as easier as GTA 4 or GTA 5 where you can use that stealth mode and hide behind. I just think because of the engine, it wasn't as smooth.
Just adding on from what Hypes was asking you. So if they said that they're not working on GTA 6, but they're working on the remake, and it's going to take them 4 years, and then they'll work on GTA 6 after that, would you be happy with that?
Yes. because
So you'd rather wait 8 years for GTA 6 than 4 years for the remake.
yes,
No, Bonda. Why would I want to go back and play a game I played a game already? That doesn't make any sense.
The thing is, okay,
I'd rather wait
it's the
4
same
years
argument.
for GTA 6 and then another 4 years for the remake.
It's the same argument like Demon Souls. Like it's such a pivotal game in the industry. GTA 3 was the game that made other open worlds.
Whoa. Can I just say you can't really compare it to Demon
No.
Souls?
I'm not comparing it like that. I'm just like, because it was such a big game at the time. That's the only comparison, and it is the reason why we have other big open world 3D games as well, making such a big expansive. Well, all three of them from the ground up, in the new Rage engine means that it's, as I said, like it's locked at good, decent quality. That even in the next 5-10 years, we can come back and play GTA 5, for example, and still be relatively okay, because it's not block faces anymore, and it's fingers, and we're flying jets and driving decent cars and buying places and stuff like that. Whereas with the older ones, I had San Andreas on my Series X now, and it's hard to play. Not because of controls, but because the graphics being so old pulls me out of the game. Yeah, it's hard to play those older games.
But don't you think, because I was going to say this as well, because don't you think when you play these old games, even though it's more polished, just the way it plays, but they haven't changed the engine, don't you feel like
they have changed the engine on this one? They've changed an
older game.
No, on this one they've changed the engine completely.
How much have they changed?
No, they've changed the engine on this one.
So it's not going to play exactly the same.
No, it's actually going to play like GTA 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly. See, so all three of them apparently will have GTA 5 style controls based on what I read. But it might not be one-to-one as perfect.
And the driving will be as smooth as GTA 5.
I don't know. They just said it will be GTA 5 like graphics. So I'm making the assumption that you can move the camera around and all of that stuff as well. Yeah.
They're mainly
and you'll be able to do
on the
first person.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't catch it. Hype. Sorry, I didn't catch who was talking.
No, go on.
No, you said first. I was gonna say they're gonna add first person shooting.
I don't think so.
It was basically saying to you what they're doing is mainly focusing on the aspect of the shooting, because they received a lot of comments and stuff about that. That would be one of the hardest things to implement, so they focused on that in terms of bringing it forward. So
all right,
whether that still adds to your thing, it don't mean I'm on your side, but I'm just saying. That's because our more thing as well, you have to remember, is if the remake came out in the same time, let's use Demon Souls because you used that same time frame, and then they done that, it makes sense. What it being so long just to be a remaster, not remake, like it's like you said, it's not a remake. It's kind of, I don't know, taken away. So I would rather them work on the next part. And then when that happens, your anniversary, you can bring out a part that's got 1 to 5 or whatever it is.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
I'd much rather them work on GTA 6. As much as I'd like a San Andreas remake, ground up. I mean, I'd like to move on and see what happens next, man.
Fair enough.
Oh, sorry, just to add, the only thing that would sway it is if it was cross-plat.
Your cross-plat and online?
Yeah.
Yeah?
If it's cross-plat online, then...
It's a no-brainer, yeah. So
do you feel like the nostalgia for these games will go down because, like you said, it's story based? So once people have played it, got through the story, what else are they gonna do?
I mean, a lot of people don't play the story though. From what I know, I think it's selling because most people are online, just escape from reality, just doing whatever. I don't think a lot of
trilogy.
No, for 5.
There's no online for the trilogy though. JJ asking about the trilogy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I mean. For the trilogy, like people are gonna be playing. Once they played the story, what else are they gonna do?
Then that's
roam around, and then. So do you reckon the price for the games are gonna drop quick once that gets old really quickly?
It will drop. It will drop.
Some people are. Yeah,
it will drop, but I say after a year.
In a week.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna drop quick either.
It won't drop quick, but I mean, it's Rockstar. They're still selling GTA 5 for £20 after 7-8 years, right? So it will drop in decent enough time for it to still make sense, I think. And I think this is where Game Pass and PS Now might come in handy. If you already have PS Now, it's a no-brainer to play GTA 3 just to see how it feels, in my opinion. And because I'm gonna have Game Pass, I'll play San Andreas, my favorite one, which is perfect for me. All right, all right. Well, thank you guys very much for your input on the Grand Theft Auto Trilology. Very good thoughts. That's the new name for it now, by the way, Hype. So thank you very much for that. And
You're welcome.
have a blessed evening, day, morning, everyone. Peace.